Ryan here with Accelerate Marketing. I've got S on as well. S is a amazing AI entrepreneur, and we've been in this space for about a year and a half. And primarily, we're delivering on services, which is local service ads and Google Business Profile optimization, so that we can help local businesses create a business that they really love, and to allow them to focus on things that they do best.
One of the topics I kind of want to bring up is like this concept of, do you need multiple agents to do things? Because as we're talking to businesses and they have their initial agent, answers the phone, replies to text messages, it collects information, but then like they go, okay, great. I've hired something that a person on my team used to do.
Just to give context. So what S is talking about is when a business wants to expand out from what we initially solve for them, which is the intake issue. When there's inbound phone calls for a business, and we've effectively handled that issue so that every call is answered within 30 seconds. When those are all answered and taken care of, so that you can convert at a higher rate, because every call that's missed, they're going to go right to the next business, because that's how Google works. When people find a business on Google, they go right to the next one. It's a directory. Okay. Well, what did we have before that? We had the yellow pages. People would just go right down the list, and so now what we have is, we've got this ability for people to be able to call businesses very quickly, and you've got the ability to be able to have a backup to back up your humans.
Appliance service, how may I help you?
Hello, I'm calling because my oven is not working.
Okay, let me get some more details about your oven issue. What exactly is happening with your oven? Is it not turning on at all? Or are you seeing any error codes or other symptoms?
Yeah, not turning on at all.
Okay, got it. That sounds like it could be an issue with the power supply or control board. We can definitely take a look at that for you. First, let me confirm that we cover your area. What is the zip code at the location where the oven is?
I'm actually, I don't know the zip code, but I'm located in Kissimmee.
Okay, no problem. Kissimmee is within our service area, so we can definitely send a technician out to take a look at your oven. Let's get your appointment scheduled then. Can I please start by getting your full name?
I just had a call today actually with a business owner that's a foundation expert, and he does a lot of business. He's got 2 locations. He's doing some of the strategies that I've been talking about for years, which is like setting up multiple locations to take advantage of the radius component for your Google Business Profile page, your local service ads page. So you're really effectively doing a nationwide strategy on a local level by going after a lot of different local markets. Once we had him understand very quickly that he actually was missing probably 30% of his phone calls, and he was shocked because he's like, I answer all my phone calls. I'm the one who answers the phone, and I showed him in the back office of his local service ads platform that he was actually missing about 30% of his phone calls for one of his locations. He was able to understand that he had a real issue, and it was not just with his phone call leads, it was with his message leads. So solving that problem for him by giving him an agent that can back up his intake is one that really was very appealing to him, because it didn't add any additional work for him. Actually, it took work away from him. It simplified things for him. And then the next step is okay, well, we've solved the inbound phone call issue, which is both for sales opportunities when they're coming from Google Business Profile or your local service ads page, but also for any type of customer service inbound calls. Okay. Now, beyond that, though, there's a lot of opportunities. So what S is saying is, just to give context, is that you could have one agent that solves both your account management issue or your customer service issue inbound and your sales inbound intake issues in terms of like answering the phone calls. And then we can have other modules, we like to call them, which would handle review gathering or getting reviews. It could handle, for example, a service-based business that does emergency services. It could handle emergency service prioritization and triaging of those calls. It could handle seasonal services. If you're a plumber, for example, to do outbound messaging, et cetera, for people that need that kind of a service that's seasonal for, let's say, plumbing or whatever. There's all different types of businesses that need a regular touch point with their client base. And all of this, what S is saying is that all of these things, all of these modules can be handled instead of by each module being handled by a different agent. All those different roles can be handled by one agent, right?
Yep. Exactly.
We're not just talking about intake or customer service. We're talking about one agent taking over the responsibility of very many different roles in a business. And some people are uncomfortable with that. And I think that it's inevitable. It's going to happen at some point or another. So, the question really is how prepared is a business owner for that to happen?
Here's something in very tangible terms. Okay, so let's just say an attorney. And your AI agent right now collects leads, right? It asks these questions, see whether this lead lives in the service area. But why couldn't you broaden up that prompt to say, do I have a case, right? Mm-hmm. Like the lead is going to reach out, goes, hey, I was told I need an attorney for this thing, right? But they have a bunch of questions like, okay, is this a potential case? Like, what are the likelihood that I'll succeed in this, right? But with the ultimate goal of booking a consultation with a person.
Right. And I know what the client wants. I know what I want to know. I want to just know, do I have a case? And if so, I want to talk to somebody as quick as possible. And so if the agent can qualify me, and for example, if you want to know the square footage of a house, you can just have the AI connect to the city records and identify what the square footage of a roof is so that you can give an estimate, like really quickly, like over the phone, I think that's a very efficient way to do it. And that, by the way, is one of the modules that we have come up with for the plumber vertical or any of the service business verticals. And really that's the opportunity as well, is to be early adopter, because just like with the internet, and you and I talk about this all the time, with the internet or Google local service ads or Google business profile pages, it's always been the early adopters were the ones that actually got the lion's share in the beginning of the benefit, because they started early.